A lightning bolt cracks the sky over Wembley, not from thunder, but from a fullback who just snatched victory from the jaws of defeat in a move so audacious, it left 60,000 fans gasping. Could one man really turn the tide of an entire Ashes series before it even boils over? Hold that breath, because what you're about to hear will shatter every preconception about rugby league's unbreakable divide. It's downright mad to even whisper the names Reece Walsh and Jack Wellesby in the same breath, let alone stack them side by side like some backyard brawl waiting to erupt. Picture Walsh, the Brisbane Broncos phenom, a 23-year-old electric storm on legs, exploding onto the international scene with a debut that wasn't just a statement, it was a seismic event. In that pulsating opener at Wembley, Walsh didn't just play fullback, he redefined it, dancing through England's vaunted defence like a ghost in the machine, snagging 2 tries with the flair of a street magician pulling aces from thin air. His first? A controversial beauty, backing up Mark Nawakanitaway's break amid cries of obstruction and forward passes, diving over with a somersault that screamed showman. But wait a second, a field-length symphony finished with surgical precision, left jaws on the turf. 243 meters he carved, 13 carries that felt like thunderclaps, saving tries at one end while igniting infernos at the other. This kid's not just fast, he's foresight incarnate, reading plays before they're written, his offload slicker than oil on water. Now pivot to Wellesby, St. Helens golden boy, England's supposed custodian at the back, a talent who's lit up Super League with his vision and venom. Yet against the Kangaroos' onslaught, he faltered like a flame in a gale. 67 measly meters on 13 carries, hovering at a limp 5 per run, his positioning a puzzle unsolved. That heartbreaking lapse on Angus Crichton's first try? Wellesby frozen deep, allowing the Roosters' powerhouse to stroll through unchallenged, a defensive ghost town where fortitude should stand. It's not a slight on Wellesby, who's dazzled in club colours, but the chasm is cavernous. Walsh's NRL crucible forges world beaters, while Super League's grind, noble as it is, simmers at a different heat. Australia's salary cap dwarfs England's by nearly 3 times, pumping resources that birth prodigies like Walsh, who at 22 already owns clutch moments that echo legends. Wellesby's grit? Undeniable, his positional versatility a coach's dream, but in this coliseum of elites, it's Walsh who waltzes while Wellesby wrestles shadows. The audacity to compare them? It's like pitting a Ferrari against a faithful you'd both haul, but one hauls horizons. And just when you think Walsh's wizardry peaked, hold tight, because the second test looms with secrets that could flip this script entirely. But oh, the Ashes themselves revived after a 22-year slumber. This isn't some dusty relic dusted off for nostalgia, it's a resurrection roaring back with the fury of a beast unchained. The ABK Beer Rugby League Ashes series pitting Kangaroos against Lions in a best-of-3 bloodbath that echoes the ghosts of 1908. Fast forward from that inaugural clash on English soil, where Australia first tasted triumph, through decades of dominance, 13 straight series wins for the green and gold since Great Britain's last hurrah in 1970, including whitewashes in 79, 82, 84, 86, and that gritty 3-0 sweep of 2003. Covet derailed dreams in 2020 and 24, but here in 2025, with Australia hosting the World Cup next year, the tour flips Kangaroos invading England, 3 tests across London, Lancashire, and Yorkshire, sold-out spectacles where history howls. The build-up? Electric tension thicker than fog over the Thames. England, under Sean Wayne, arrived hungry, their 2017 World Cup final heartbreak a razor-thin 6-0 loss in Brisbane still a scar turned fuel. 7 of that Kangaroos side never donned the jumper again, a poignant reminder of time's toll, from Cameron Smith's goat swansong to Aaron Wood's radio reinvention. Fast forward to now, Australia's juggernaut, world champions, ranked numero uno, boasts a squad laced with NRL royalty. Nathan Cleary, the Panthers' puppet master with 4 straight titles, his kicking game a scalpel slicing souls. Yet the hosts dared dream, packing Wembley with a record 60,812 souls, the air crackling with chants that drowned out doubts. Enter the cauldron, kick-off under floodlights, Isaio, Kangaroos skipper, clashing heads with Dom Young in a sickening thud. Head injury assessment fails, he's out for the decider, a gut punch that should have tilted the scales. But no, Australia's machine hummed on, their attack a well-oiled whirlwind, turning over possession like thieves in the night, last plays lethal as Cleary's boot. England matched the early fury, toe-to-toe for 30 minutes, Kirby Farnworth a colossus in the centres, his hands like vices snatching hope. Then, the dam cracks. Walsh's interception thwarts a Farnworth freight train at 0-0, a moment of sheer athletic sorcery that saves a try and swings momentum. But here's the twist that stunned the stands. From the ashes of that denial, Australia erupts, Nawakanite's shift sending Walsh soaring for the opener, video ref waving off English protests like pesky flies. Halftime 8-0 down, England's fire flickering. Could they claw back in the sheds? Or was this the prelude to a rout that would echo through eternity? Brace for the halftime horror show ahead. Aussie Sports Central, where down under dominance gets dissected, and delivered straight to your feed. If you're not subscribed yet, smash that button now, because the battles brewing in this series will have you on the edge of your seat. Drop a like if you're backing the Kangaroos to crush it again. Exploding from the tunnel of halftime despair, England emerged like warriors forged in the interval's forge, their lungs heaving with resolve, but the Kangaroos? They pounce like predators scenting blood. Angus Crichton channeling a second rower's storm to bulldoze through the line. Wellsby again adrift, too deep in dreamland, allowing the Roosters' rampager to plant the ball with contemptuous ease. 26-0 now, the scoreboard a merciless mirror, Australia's defence a fortress of flesh and fury, repelling waves with the precision of a metronome. Cleary's penalty slotted home, his boot above bending gravity, extending the lead to 10 at the break's echo. Yet beneath the dominance lurked imperfections, Yeo's absence a void, their attack occasionally sputtering like a V8 on fumes. England, bless their bulldog hearts, scrapped in the shadows. John Bateman's tackles thunderous, Morgan Knowles a tackling titan with 45 hits and a busted lip, while Mikey Lewis darted like a fox in the foxhole, his halfback hustle the heartbeat of hope. But surprise sliced the air sharper than a sideline conversion. Farnworth, the Dolphins' dynamo, nearly ignites a comeback, his break a battering ram shrugged off only by Walsh's eagle-eyed snatch at full tilt. The crowd, that roaring sea of red and white, willed a miracle, their decibels drowning the despair, but Australia's machine methodically dismantled dreams. Crichton again, 65th minute, scything souls for his double, a duplicate demolition that left Wayne's men reeling, their completion rate crumbling under pressure. Then, the gloss, the try of the tournament? A left flank ballet, Addocar's speed a blur, Munster's sleight of hand threading needles, culminating in Walsh's waltz over the whitewash, arms aloft in triumphant taunt. 60 seconds later, Darrell Clarke's consolation dive, a late, lone spark in the 76th, converted for 6 points that tasted like ashes. But wait, what if this thrashing was the spark, not the snuff? England's fire, though singed, simmers. Wellsby benched whispers swirl, AJ Brimson lurking as a nuclear option. Paul Gallen roars from the commentary box, embarrassing defense, a Super League wake-up call, while Cameron Smith laments the kick-chase collapse letting Walsh roam free. The chasm? Ruthless efficiency meets raw resolve, Australia's 11-to-1 player ratio and triple salary cap fueling a factory of flawless. Yet in this narrative of near annihilation, a cliffhanger coils. Second test in Lancashire, sold-out sanctuary where English ghosts might haunt. Will Wayne's tweaks transmute mediocrity to magic, or do the Kangaroos parade to another procession? The air thickens with what-ifs. As the dust settles on Wembley's warzone, the 2025 Ashes opener etches itself eternal. Australia's 26-6 masterclass a reminder that class isn't crowded, but oh, the undercurrents churn like a riptide ready to reverse. Kangaroos captain Yeo sidelined, yet victory unyielding. Cleary's 4 conversions and penalty a points parade, Munster's menace midfield a maestro's touch, Patrick Carrigan's carries crashing like waves on cliffs. England? Heart in heaps, but flickers of ferocity. Wardle's weaves weaving worry, Johnstone's jacks hammering holds, their first half parody a promise perverted by precision's blade. This series, birthed from pandemic's pause, now pulses with peril. Second clash in the north, where Lancashire's loyal legions could levy a levelling. Imagine Wellsby rebounds, a phoenix from Falter, or Brimson bolts in, Brisbane blood turning the tide. Walsh? He'll weave more wonders, but cracks in the colossus that early Yeo exit, a horror hint at hubris's hook. Compelling? This is Chronicle come alive, tales of titans clashing where underdogs dream of dethroning deities. Australia's unbeaten streak since 70? A monolith mocking mortality, but England's evolution from 2017's final frost to now's fiery forge whispers revolution. The storytelling surges from 1908's ship-sailed pioneers to today's jet-fueled juggernauts, rugby league soul cell spectacle, sacrifice, and sudden shifts. That interception by Walsh? A heartbeat halt, the crowd's collective inhale a symphony of suspense. Crichton's charges? Carnage choreographed, each stride a story of supremacy. And Clarke's coda try? A defiant dash, the final frame framing fightback's flame. Yet the hook that hooked us all lingers in a sport of split seconds. Could one series salvage a nation's pride or seal subjugation? Tune in next week, but first subscribe to Aussie Sports Central for the unfiltered pulse of Aussie supremacy, breakdowns bolder than a Billy Slater break, and alerts that hit harder than a Hamaso hit. Like if the Kangaroos' conquest has you buzzing, comment your boldest prediction below. Will England erupt or evaporate? Hit notifications, because the second test's secrets drop soon, and you won't want to blink. This is more than match recaps, it's the heartbeat of the game we love. Join the frenzy, stay savage, and remember, in Aussie sports, we don't just watch history, we hurl it into the highlights. Catch you on the flip.